This guy doesn't look exactly like the statue, but there was that one where we both stood next to him doing the...
This dude, he is cheesing out hard. Look at those teeth.
I'm also thinking about in Laos, they have that big airstrip arc that they made.
Oh, yes.
The American government gave them all this concrete. This is essentially like a concrete jungle that they've created of random stuff. So we're gonna go in and...
If one thing these castle people are good at, it's random.
Random stuff. So let's see what we get over here in the Ishi area. What was that Nickelodeon game about the Aztec stuff? And the kids had to go through the different rooms and not get caught by the guy? It feels like that. He's gonna go in here and he's gonna be in there.
Like he might be out here, Katie.
Kind of like a ruins type thing over here.
How hard is it though to build ruins, really? You know what I mean? You just kind of do it halfway and then stop.
Yeah, true.
This is just basically a little walkthrough of a bunch of recreations of different statues and stuff, or from around different parts of the world. A lot of them seem to be from Mexico. I'm not sure if they're aiming for that region, or maybe we just haven't gotten to another part of the world yet.
Maybe that region just constructed more things with this type of aesthetic, and that's why it lends more to this.
This is vastly better than the castle was. Even, I mean, it's just kind of interesting to see like the different little things they've made and stuff. It's not mind-boggling or anything like that, but the castle was so bad.
It's a nice little stroll,
Yeah.
and
This is
you get to look
outside.
at weird things. So the one thing that I was having trouble with about this was, I thought to myself, one, is it going to be worth it price-wise, time-wise, so forth? And then secondarily, are her boobs so far forward?
No, those are her arms,
Those
bro.
are her arms. Oh, I thought that was trick art. That was trick art. Because I looked at this one. If you look at these boobs over here, these boobs over here.
Oh, those are boobs.
Yeah. So was it going to be worth it time-wise and money-wise? And then also, how do I feel about what is obviously being done here, which is the creation of stuff. Stuff that's not needed. Stuff that... So... While it's interesting, I just don't know if...
It's not active enough or interactive enough for me to like find this fascinating. But at least this is something... This is so much better than the castle.
Yes.
It's so much better than the castle. That's really my takeaway. Some of this stuff is kind of cool looking. I'll give it that.
As with all tourists that have ever been to China, you want to go and see the Terracotta Army. We did not get to do that while we were here, or there. And I noticed in the book, they just had this picture that looked exactly like that. And that's basically why we came here. It's just so iconic looking, and they're kind of nailing it. Like, it feels immense walking into this huge structure. And then in this little pod, there are 400 dudes. Next to it's another pod of 400 dudes, and then even more on the other side. It's actually immense. This took a lot of effort and commitment to making something from another country and doing it well.
I don't know if this is the most faithful recreation. They got a pyramid and some sphinxes here. Let's, I don't know. That's the right grill. I don't think that's not what I remember when I saw it before. Let's see what they got. You can go inside here and see if they've put anything cool inside. I'm feeling some King Tut vibes already. Here we go. There's my man.
There was a stamp rally. Could have been stamping this whole time. This is the Egypto stamp.
You're a world traveler, my dude.
Yep. Seals verified.
The statue area is pretty big, and I was impressed when we walked in and saw all the soldiers, those Chinese soldiers in that one room. But then you come out onto this hill, and there is just this hill completely covered with figures. Like, somebody has gone through and put forth a tremendous amount of effort to build all of this. And just the scope of it is kind of impressive, to be completely real.
Yeah, I'm pretty baffled by it. I was telling you, I feel like aliens did this.
Yeah, it does feel like aliens like collected a whole bunch of like, oh, that one's good, and then puts it here.
Iconic
Yeah, put
cultural
this one here.
imagery, and then just like pushed print.
And everything is,
and they chose the ink, and it was concrete or whatever we're looking at.
everything feels just a little bit off. You know what I mean? Like it's off just a tiny bit, enough that it makes you kind of quirk your head in a little bit. Like, well, that's
the uncanny valley of
statues.
statues.
It's the uncanny valley of statues, and we've entered a zone that has got a bunch of stuff that looks like something you would see on temples and stuff in India. And the first thing that both of us think of is we went to this temple in India that was like super old, and it was all like sex stuff, like people like being sexy and whatnot. And there's this one part of the statue that I'll just put on the screen for you to see. And now we're looking for that guy, but I don't think we're going to have any hope.
On Google Maps, it said that this was kind of close to an old folks' home. And I didn't understand the scope of this park. We are currently walking between two structures that are old folks' home, assisted living, and you can see into the windows. And
there's old folks right up in those windows.
And they don't look healthy. They look like they're in that bed for a while. So that was a little jarring.
Yeah.
I feel a little unsettled.
And it's not that we're not on the path. Like this literally says that's the path.
Yep.
Like we're not like we didn't get lost or something. Like
Just,
we're literally walking through an old folks home area.
And I thought, oh, maybe they're excited that people walk by and will wave.
No, they are not in that
it was
game.
A sadder state of affairs than that.
Yeah, this whole everything about today is very strange. I almost think that we were trying to calculate like what's this been worth or whatever. You know what I mean? But I think that it has gotten so weird. I am so intrigued by the things that have been happening in the last bit. It's almost been worth the money and time. It's sort of offset stuff. We've made it to what we think is the far edge of the park, and there is this arch that's labeled Great Wall of China, and then there's stairs, and it goes up a hill to some pagodas that are sitting up on the hill that you can see from like the beginning of the park. And it's all very intriguing, and like half of me wants to go and half of me doesn't want to do the stairs, and the other half of me, which is holding the camera, really is like, let's go get some fika instead. So I think we're going to decide to not climb up the stairs and go up to the Great Wall of China, because I mean the Great Wall of China is dope. Like if you ever have the chance to go. We went, and this one might be cool, but we're probably not going to get the opportunity to zip line off this one.
Nope, not me.
He goes, sit down. This is a highlight from a trip we took to Hyogo Prefecture in Japan. I've linked the full thing down below and on screen. Check it out for the full adventure. Liking, commenting, and subscribing here and on our main channel helps others find us. Thanks.